Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about a powerful principle that can transform your life, one that is often overlooked but can lead to peace, growth, and progress. The principle is simple: don't react, cut them off silently. How many of us have been trained to react to every offense, every insult, every disappointment? Society teaches us that we must defend ourselves, argue our point, and respond to every negative comment or action. But let me ask you, what does this truly accomplish? When you engage in constant reaction, you are giving away your power, your peace, and your time. You are handing control of your emotions to others who may not even value it. Now, I'm not talking about weakness or avoidance. I'm talking about strength, the strength to rise above the noise and refuse to let others dictate your inner state. True strength is not in the reaction, but in the restraint, in knowing when to engage and when to let go. There is a profound power in silence. Silence is not the absence of speech, it is the presence of wisdom. When you cut someone off silently, you are not just removing them from your life, you are removing their negative influence from your spirit. You are choosing peace over drama, focus over distraction, and growth over stagnation. You are deciding that your peace is more valuable than being right, than being heard, or than being validated by someone else. Think about the energy it takes to react to negativity. Every time you engage in conflict, you are wasting energy that could be invested in your vision, your goals, and your personal growth. When you react, you are allowing the external world to govern your internal world. But when you cut them off silently, you take back your power. This does not mean that you should become a passive observer of life, indifferent to the wrongs around you. No, this is about understanding what is worth your energy and what is not. Not everything that is thrown at you requires a response. In fact, many things are better left unanswered. The truth is, you cannot afford to be distracted by people who do not understand your value, who do not respect your time or your journey. They are not meant to be part of your destiny. When you cut them off silently, you make room for people who will encourage your growth, who will support your vision, and who will elevate your life. Understand this: your destiny is too important to be held hostage by people who bring negativity. If someone's behavior or words are pulling you away from your purpose, it's time to cut them off silently. Walk away from the toxic influences, the people who drain you, the ones who speak doubt into your life. Let me remind you, the journey to greatness is not a journey for the faint of heart. It is a journey that requires wisdom, discernment, and above all, the ability to protect your peace. Sometimes cutting people off silently is the greatest act of strength you can show. You are not quitting on them. You are simply refusing to allow their negativity to become a roadblock in your path. Your life is precious. Your purpose is valuable. You are destined for greatness, but to walk in that greatness, you must be wise about who you allow to stay in your life. Those who will not contribute positively to your growth, those who will only bring you down with their words or their actions, cut them off silently. Do not waste another moment reacting to the drama, the negativity, the distractions. Silence is your strength. Restrain your emotions. Refuse to give away your peace. Let go of what no longer serves you and make room for the opportunities, the relationships, and the blessings that are aligned with your true purpose. When you cut them off silently, you are not just removing them from your life. You are declaring to the world that your peace, your purpose, and your future are non-negotiable. So move forward in silence. Let your actions speak louder than any words ever could. Your silence will be the loudest message you can send. Power of restraint. In a world that often values immediate reactions, loud opinions, and constant engagement, the power of restraint is a rare and valuable trait. To restrain oneself, to hold back, and to not react is one of the most powerful things you can do. It is easy to fall into the habit of reacting to every situation, every person, and every challenge. But true strength is found not in reacting, but in the ability to control your response, to choose your actions carefully, and to maintain control over your emotions and thoughts. Now, we live in an age where emotions are amplified by external triggers. Social media, for example, has made it easier than ever for people to express their emotions instantly, sometimes without any thought. Their words are thrown out carelessly. People are quick to argue and conflicts escalate without restraint. This immediate form of reaction has become normalized, and it seems almost expected that we should always have something to say, always be ready to defend ourselves or our beliefs. But this constant need to react comes at a cost. It drains your energy, shifts your focus, and keeps you tied to things that don't contribute to your growth or your purpose. The power of restraint lies in your ability to detach from the emotional charge of a situation. It is the decision to step back, to pause, and to think before responding. This simple act of holding back allows you to gain clarity, perspective, and control over your actions. It's not about being passive or indifferent. It's about being intentional and strategic in how you navigate the world around you. Restraint means recognizing that not every situation requires your energy and not every person is worthy of your time and attention. It's about knowing when to speak, when to act, and when to remain silent. When you learn the power of restraint, you begin to notice that not every conflict needs to be confronted, not every insult needs to be responded to, and not every challenge requires an immediate solution. Restraint teaches you to pause and evaluate whether engaging is truly worth it or if it will only cause further distraction and emotional turmoil. It gives you the strength to recognize that sometimes doing nothing is the wisest course of action. The true power of restraint also comes from its impact on your emotional well-being. When you react immediately, especially in anger or frustration, your emotions take control of you. You become a slave to your feelings, allowing them to dictate your behavior. This can lead to regret, mistakes, and unnecessary stress. But when you practice restraint, you take back control. You prevent your emotions from ruling your actions, and instead, you respond from a place of calm, clarity, and wisdom. By restraining yourself, you ensure that your actions align with your highest values and goals rather than being influenced by momentary emotional impulses. Moreover, the power of restraint can be seen in the way it allows you to assess the situation more objectively. Often, when we are caught up in a reaction, we lose sight of the bigger picture. Our vision becomes clouded by anger, frustration, or even fear. But when we hold back, we give ourselves the time and space to gain a broader perspective. We can evaluate whether the situation at hand truly deserves our attention, whether it is something worth engaging with, or whether it is better to let go. This clarity allows us to make better decisions, avoid unnecessary drama, and stay focused on what truly matters. In addition to emotional control, restraint also empowers you in your relationships. People often test our patience, push our boundaries, or try to provoke reactions. When you practice restraint, you teach others how to treat you. You show them that you are not easily triggered, that you are not someone who will engage in petty conflicts or lose your composure over trivial matters. This sets a powerful example and establishes respect. It signals that your time, energy, and attention are valuable and you are not willing to waste them on needless distractions. But the power of restraint doesn't only affect how you handle others, it also impacts how you interact with yourself. Often we are our harshest critics, constantly reacting to our own mistakes, failures, and perceived shortcomings. Because we judge ourselves for not measuring up, we react to our flaws with guilt and shame, and we allow our past to dictate our present actions. But restraint means taking a step back from this inner turmoil, choosing not to react to the voice of self-doubt, and instead practicing self-compassion. It is the ability to observe your thoughts and feelings without being consumed by them. This practice of restraint allows you to break free from the cycle of negative self-talk and embrace a more balanced and constructive view of yourself. Restraint also offers the ability to make wiser decisions in times of pressure. When we are under stress or in difficult situations, the impulse to act quickly can be overwhelming. However, reacting in haste often leads to regret, missteps, and even worse consequences. Bad restraint, on the other hand, gives you the time you need to consider all the possible outcomes before making a decision. It helps you resist the urge to act out of fear, frustration, or anxiety, and instead it guides you toward making decisions that align with your long-term vision and goals. It allows you to take calculated steps rather than impulsive ones, and in doing so, it increases the likelihood of success and fulfillment. Guys, one of the greatest benefits of restraint is that it leads to a deeper sense of inner peace. When we react, we are often caught up in a constant state of emotional turmoil. We are constantly at the mercy of external forces, always reacting to the behavior of others or the circumstances around us. But restraint breaks this cycle. It allows you to maintain your peace regardless of what happens around you. It is not about controlling others or the world, but about controlling your response to them. By practicing restraint, you free yourself from the chaos of constant emotional upheaval, and instead you create a space of calm and composure. The true power of restraint is that it transforms you into a person of greater wisdom, strength, and purpose. It makes you more intentional in your actions, more discerning in your choices, and more focused on what truly matters. It helps you rise above the noise, avoid unnecessary conflict, and stay grounded in your values and goals. Restraint is not about weakness or passivity. It is about the strength to rise above the moment and respond with wisdom, clarity, and composure. It is about protecting your peace, your energy, and your destiny from the distractions that seek to pull you off course. When you master the power of restraint, you master your life. Silence as wisdom. Silence is one of the most profound tools that a person can possess. In a world that is often filled with noise, be it the hum of technology, the endless chatter of opinions, or the chaotic thoughts that rush through our minds, it can be difficult to appreciate the true power of silence. Yet silence is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of wisdom. True wisdom is found not just in what we say, but in what we choose not to say, in the moments when we hold back from responding or engaging. Silence has a depth that many fail to recognize, and it holds within it the ability to transform our relationships, our personal growth, and even the way we interact with the world. In many ways, silence is a form of communication that transcends words. Words are temporary, fleeting, and subject to misinterpretation, but silence speaks directly to the heart. It can communicate understanding, presence, and wisdom in a way that words cannot. So when we choose to remain silent in the face of conflict, provocation, or confusion, we are not being passive, we are being powerful. We are choosing to listen, to observe, and to understand rather than react impulsively or emotionally. Silence allows us the space to reflect, to gain perspective, and to respond thoughtfully. It is an intentional act of restraint that can lead to greater clarity and insight. One of the most profound aspects of silence is its ability to cultivate self-awareness. In our busy lives, it is easy to be swept along by the noise around us, constantly reacting to external stimuli and responding to the demands of others. But when we embrace silence, we give ourselves the opportunity to step back from the external world and connect with our inner world. It is in the quiet moments that we can hear our true thoughts, our deepest desires, and our truest feelings. Silence creates the space for introspection, allowing us to evaluate our choices, our goals, and our actions. It helps us align with our authentic selves so we can move forward in life with greater purpose and intention. Furthermore, silence allows us to practice discernment. In a world where opinions are constantly being voiced and advice is being offered from all sides, it can be easy to get lost in the noise and make decisions based on external pressures rather than our own inner wisdom. But silence helps us to filter out the noise, to tune into our own intuition, and to make decisions that are aligned with our true values. It enables us to listen not just to the voices of others, but to the voice within us that speaks the truth, even when it contradicts the crowd. Silence gives us the clarity to choose what is best for us without being swayed by the opinions and judgments of others. Silence is also a tool of emotional control. In a world where emotions often run high and reactions are quick, silence can be a powerful force for emotional regulation. It is easy to fall into the trap of reacting to the actions or words of others, especially when we feel hurt, threatened, or offended, but reacting impulsively often leads to regret and escalation. Silence, on the other hand, gives us the ability to pause, to breathe, and to regain control of our emotions. It is in those moments of silence that we can prevent ourselves from saying something we might later regret, from engaging in conflict that only causes harm, or from being swept up in negative emotions that cloud our judgment. Silence allows us to step back from our immediate reactions and instead respond in a way that is thoughtful, measured, and wise. Another aspect of silence as wisdom is its role in building stronger relationships. In any relationship, whether personal, professional, or spiritual, communication is key, but communication is not just about speaking, it is also about listening. Often we are so eager to respond, to give advice, or to solve problems that we forget the power of simply listening. When we remain silent in the face of another person's words, we open ourselves up to truly understanding them. That we give them the space to express themselves without interruption, judgment, or correction. Silence demonstrates respect, patience, and empathy. It signals that we value the other person's perspective and that we are willing to take the time to fully understand needs and emotions. In this way, silence fosters deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. Silence also teaches us the art of patience. In a world that demands instant gratification and immediate results, patience has become a lost virtue. We live in an age where we are conditioned to expect things to happen quickly, whether it's receiving a message, getting a response, or achieving success. But wisdom teaches us that not everything happens on our timeline. Some things require time to unfold, and some answers take time to reveal themselves. Silence in these moments becomes a powerful reminder we must wait, observe, and trust the process. It teaches us to resist the urge to force things into motion and instead allows us to develop the patience to let things evolve in their own time. In addition to these practical benefits, silence also holds spiritual significance. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of silence as a means of connecting with the divine. Thus, whether it is through meditation, prayer, or simply sitting in stillness, silence allows us to align ourselves with a higher power. It is in these quiet moments that we can hear the whisper of our soul, the guidance of the universe, or the voice of God. Silence provides the space for divine inspiration and insight to flow freely. It is in the stillness that we become most receptive to the higher wisdom that transcends our limited human understanding. Silence helps us cultivate a deeper sense of spirituality, guiding us toward greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment. But silence is not always easy. In a world that values expression, noise, and constant communication, silence can feel uncomfortable, even unnerving. We are taught that we must speak up, make our voices heard, and assert our opinions. But that this constant need to fill the air with words can be draining, and it often leads to confusion, conflict, and misunderstanding. Silence, on the other hand, provides us with a sense of relief and calm. And it reminds us that we do not have to have an answer for everything, that we do not need to be constantly engaged in conversation, and that it is okay to simply be. In this sense, silence is not just a tool for wisdom, it is a sanctuary for the soul. Because when we embrace silence, we open ourselves up to the wisdom that comes from within and from the world around us. We create space for deeper understanding, stronger relationships, and greater emotional clarity. Silence allows us to step back from the noise and distractions of life and connect with our true selves, with others, and with the divine. It is a powerful tool for personal growth, emotional regulation, and spiritual connection. The wisdom that lies within silence is vast, and when we learn to embrace it, we unlock a deeper, more fulfilling way of living. Guarding your energy is one of the most crucial practices you can adopt in today's world. And in a society that constantly demands more from us, that feeds us with distractions, obligations, and emotional turmoil, protecting our energy is not just a choice, it is a necessity. Our energy is the foundation of everything we do, feel, and experience. It determines how we show up in the world, how we interact with others, and how we perform in every aspect of our lives. To guard your energy means to be aware of what you allow to influence your state of being and to take conscious steps to protect your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Every interaction, every conversation, and every experience takes a certain amount of energy from us. The people we surround ourselves with, the environments we inhabit, and the situations we engage in either replenish or deplete our energy. That sometimes we are unaware of how much energy we are losing until we find ourselves drained, exhausted, or overwhelmed. This depletion often leaves us unable to focus, create, or even engage with life in a meaningful way. To live a life of purpose and fulfillment, we must become vigilant about the energy we allow into our lives and the energy we expel. The first step in guarding your energy is learning to be aware of the sources of energy around you. The people you spend time with play a major role in this. Some individuals are like emotional vampires, constantly draining you with their negativity, complaints, or demands. They take without offering anything in return, leaving you feeling depleted and exhausted after every encounter. These people often demand your attention without regard for your emotional well-being, and in the process, they siphon off your energy. It is crucial to identify these relationships and learn how to protect yourself from their draining influence. This might mean setting boundaries, reducing your exposure to these individuals, or in some cases, cutting ties completely. On the flip side, there are people who elevate your energy. These are the individuals who inspire you, encourage you, and make you feel alive. They are the ones who listen, offer support, and share in your joy and triumphs. It's important to surround yourself with such people because they nourish your spirit and restore your sense of purpose. When you spend time with people who uplift and energize you, you feel more motivated, more focused, and more aligned with your true self. As you protect your energy, you will begin to gravitate toward these kinds of relationships and distance yourself from those that drain you. The environments you spend time in are also crucial in determining your energy levels. Your physical surroundings have a powerful influence on your mental and emotional state. Clutter, noise, and chaos can drain you, leaving you feeling anxious and overwhelmed. A messy or disorganized space can be mentally, emotionally exhausting, making it difficult for you to focus or feel at ease. On the other hand, a clean, peaceful, and well-organized environment can have a calming effect, allowing you to think clearly and feel more at peace. It's important to curate your environment in a way that promotes peace, clarity, and focus. Whether it's your home, workplace, or any other space you spend time in, take the time to create an environment that supports your well-being. In addition to the people and environments you engage with, the information you consume also plays a significant role in the energy you carry. The media you expose yourself to, the news you watch, the books you read, and even the conversations you partake in, all of these influence your energy. Consuming negative or fear-based content can drain your emotional reserves and leave you feeling anxious or helpless. It's essential to be mindful of the media you consume, especially in a world where negativity is often amplified. And instead of immersing yourself in a constant stream of distressing headlines or negative stories, focus on uplifting, empowering, and inspiring content. Seek out books, podcasts, videos, and social media accounts that encourage growth, positivity, and mindfulness. This will not only protect your energy, but also help you align your thoughts and actions with your highest potential. Guarding your energy also involves being mindful of your internal dialogue. The thoughts you think have an enormous impact on your energy. Negative self-talk, doubt, and fear can drain your energy just as much as negative people or toxic environments. And if you constantly criticize yourself, question your worth, or engage in destructive thought patterns, you will find yourself feeling exhausted, anxious, or depressed. And on the other hand, when you practice self-compassion, positivity, and gratitude, you build resilience and cultivate an energy that propels you forward. Start to pay attention to the thoughts you entertain and begin replacing those that drain you with affirmations, encouragement, and belief in your ability to create the life you desire. The way you think directly impacts the way you feel, and by changing your mindset, you can change your energy. Your energy is also intimately connected to your physical health. If you are not taking care of your body, you will find it difficult to maintain the energy required to navigate daily life. Proper nutrition, exercise, sleep, and self-care practice are all essential in ensuring that you have the physical energy necessary to pursue your goals and enjoy your life. The well-rested, well-nourished body is much better equipped to handle stress, face challenges, and maintain a positive attitude. When you neglect your physical health, you deplete your energy reserves, leaving you feeling sluggish, fatigued, and mentally drained. Prioritize your physical health as a way of protecting your energy and ensuring that you have the vitality necessary to live a full and meaningful life. And emotional energy is another important aspect of guarding your energy. Our emotions are powerful forces that can either lift us up or weigh us down. When we allow ourselves to get caught up in negative emotions, we expend a great deal of energy on things that do not serve us. Grief, anger, resentment, and frustration are all emotions that can drain us and prevent us from moving forward. However, when we learn to process and release these emotions in a healthy way, we protect our energy and create space for more positive emotions to flow. This may involve practices such as journaling, meditation, or talking to a trusted friend or therapist. Emotional energy is fluid, and by learning to manage your emotions, you can conserve your energy for the things that truly matter. Protecting your energy also means learning to say no. In a culture that often values overwork and pleasing others and saying yes to every request, it can be difficult to set boundaries. But learning to say no is one of the most important ways to guard your energy. Saying yes to everything spreads you thin and leaves you with little time or energy for yourself. It is essential to recognize that your time and energy are precious commodities, and you have the right to choose where you invest them. Setting clear boundaries allows you to prioritize your well-being and focus on what aligns with your goals and values. Finally, guarding your energy means recognizing the importance of rest and relaxation. In a society that often equates productivity with worth, it's easy to forget the value of rest. However, rest is essential for recharging your physical, emotional, and mental batteries. Without adequate rest, you cannot operate at your best, and your energy reserves will be depleted. Make time for activities that replenish your energy, whether it's a hobby, spending time with loved ones, or simply taking a nap. That rest is not a luxury, it is a necessity for maintaining the energy and focus you need to pursue your passions and live a fulfilling life. Guarding your energy is not about avoiding the world or retreating from life's challenges. It is about being intentional with your energy, protecting it from unnecessary drains and using it to fuel your growth and purpose. Perhaps when you take care of your energy, you are in a better position to show up as your best self, to pursue your dreams, and to contribute positively to the lives of others. Okay, your energy is a sacred resource, and when you guard it, you unlock the power to live a vibrant, purposeful, and fulfilling life. Protecting your purpose is one of the most important commitments you can make to yourself and to the world. Purpose is the driving force behind everything you do. It is the reason you wake up in the morning, the motivation that propels you through difficult times, and the anchor that keeps you grounded when life becomes chaotic. Then without purpose, it becomes easy to lose direction, to fall prey to distractions, or to drift through life without meaning. To protect your purpose means to preserve that inner fire, to stay true to the path that calls to you, and to safeguard it against the many forces that might seek to dim or divert it. Purpose is not something that comes easily or remains unchanged. It requires constant attention, nurturing, and sometimes fierce protection. That's one of the first things to recognize in protecting your purpose, is that it is unique to you. No one else can define your purpose for you, nor can they fully understand the depth of the calling you feel inside. Okay, your purpose is deeply connected to your passions, your talents, your experiences, and the vision you have for your life. It is easy to be influenced by the expectations or opinions of others, but when you allow external voices to determine your purpose, you lose touch with your authentic self. That the pressure to meet societal standards, to follow conventional paths, or to achieve success in the way others expect can cause you to stray from the true path that resonates with your heart. Protecting your purpose involves listening to your inner voice, trusting your instincts, and staying committed to your unique vision, regardless of what others may say or think. And life has a way of testing your commitment to your purpose. There will be times when the road becomes difficult, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, or when doubts start to creep in. During these moments, it is easy to lose sight of why you began the journey in the first place. The external world will throw challenges your way, disappointments, setbacks, and failures that make it tempting to abandon your purpose altogether. Protecting your purpose requires resilience in the face of adversity. It is about maintaining faith in your vision, even when the results are not immediate or when success seems elusive. It is about trusting that every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, and that each setback is simply a lesson on the way to fulfilling your purpose. The key to protecting your purpose during these times is to remember your why, the deeper reason behind everything you are working toward. This will keep you grounded and focused even when the path is unclear. That's one of the greatest threats to protecting your purpose, is the distraction of comparison. In today's world, social media, peer pressure, and the constant flow of information make it all too easy to compare your progress with that of others. It is natural to look at someone else's success and feel like you are falling behind, but this only serves to distract you from your own purpose. Comparison leads to self-doubt and often causes you to question whether your path is the right one. And in truth, everyone's journey is unique and no one's success looks exactly the same. To protect your purpose, you must resist the temptation to measure your progress against someone else's timeline. Focus on your own path, your own growth, and your own vision. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and trust that the right opportunities will come to you in their own time. By shifting your focus away from others and back to yourself, you can protect your purpose from being diluted by the distractions of comparison. Another important aspect of protecting your purpose is learning to say no. In a world that constantly demands your time and attention, it can be difficult to remain focused on what matters most. Opportunities, requests, and responsibilities will come your way, and not all of them will align with your purpose. It is easy to become overburdened by the expectations of others, taking on more than you can handle in an attempt to please everyone. However, saying yes to everything comes at the expense of your time, energy, and focus. To protect your purpose, you must learn to set boundaries and say no to things that do not serve your highest goals. This is not always easy, especially when others might be disappointed or upset. But remember, every time you say yes to something that does not align with your purpose, you are saying no to your own growth and vision. Protecting your purpose requires discipline, the ability to prioritize, and the courage to make choices that serve your long-term goals, even if it means disappointing others in the short term. Along with setting boundaries with others, it is also important to set boundaries with yourself. It is easy to become distracted by temptations, self-destructive habits, or negative thought patterns that hinder your progress. These distractions take you further from your purpose, erode your self-discipline, and drain your energy. Protecting your purpose means being mindful of what you expose yourself to and the habits you cultivate. It is about creating an environment that nurtures your growth and shields you from the influences that pull you away from your goals. This might mean limiting your time spent on activities that do not serve your purpose, such as mindless scrolling on social media or engaging in gossip. Could also involve eliminating negative self-talk or doubting your ability to achieve your dreams. By actively choosing what to allow into your life, you can maintain a clear focus on your purpose and avoid distractions that can derail your progress. Another challenge in protecting your purpose is dealing with the naysayers, the people who question your dreams, belittle your vision, or try to discourage you from pursuing your goals. These individuals may not always have bad intentions. Some may be acting out of concern, while others may be projecting their own fears and insecurities onto you. Regardless of their motivations, their words can be damaging if you allow them to undermine your confidence. To protect your purpose, you must develop the strength to ignore the voices that try to steer you off course. Understand that not everyone will understand your vision, and that's okay. Their doubts are not a reflection of your capabilities or the validity of your purpose. Protecting your purpose involves filtering out these external voices and surrounding yourself with people who support and encourage you, even when they don't fully understand your journey. And you must believe in your purpose more than anyone else does, even when others cannot see the potential that lies within you. As you protect your purpose, it's also essential to practice patience. Success rarely happens overnight, and the road to fulfilling your purpose is often long and winding. That there will be times when progress seems slow, when setbacks feel discouraging, or when you begin to question whether it's worth it. But protecting your purpose means having the faith and patience to trust the process. And it requires understanding that every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. You must resist the urge to rush or take shortcuts in order to achieve instant results. Real, lasting success comes from consistency, persistence, and a deep commitment to your vision. That trust that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Finally, protecting your purpose means taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Your purpose requires energy, focus, and drive, and you cannot give your best if you are not well. Taking time to nourish yourself through rest, exercise, self-care, and mindfulness practices helps you maintain the stamina needed to pursue your goals. When you take care of yourself, you are better able to handle the challenges that come your way and stay aligned with your purpose. It's important to remember that your purpose is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Sustaining your energy and maintaining your well-being is essential for the long-term pursuit of your goals. Protecting your purpose is a lifelong commitment to staying true to who you are, what you believe in, and the vision you have for your life. It requires constant vigilance, self-awareness, and resilience. So it is a practice of listening to your inner voice, setting boundaries, staying patient, and nurturing your mind, body, and spirit. When you protect your purpose, you honor the calling that is uniquely yours, and you ensure that your journey remains authentic, fulfilling, and impactful. Silence, often perceived as merely the absence of sound, holds a depth of power that is rarely acknowledged or fully understood. In a world that is constantly filled with noise, both external and internal, silence has become a rare commodity, one that is often undervalued or overlooked. However, silence is not a passive state of inaction. It is a form of strength, a source of power that can guide us through life's most challenging moments and help us find clarity in the midst of chaos. The strength of silence lies in its ability to protect us from the distractions and emotional turbulence that often cloud our judgment, and it empowers us to make choices that are aligned with our true purpose. That's when we are silent, we create space for reflection and self-awareness. In the midst of constant chatter, whether from other people or from the noise of our own thoughts, it is easy to lose touch with our own truth. The world constantly demands our attention, urging us to respond quickly, react emotionally, or give in to the pressures of the moment. Yet in these moments of urgency, it is the stillness of silence that allows us to step back, to breathe, and to gather our thoughts before we speak or act. That it is in this space of silence that we can hear our inner voice more clearly, distinguish between our emotional impulses and our true desires, and find the strength to make decisions that are thoughtful and intentional. In many situations, silence can be a powerful response, especially when faced with conflict or provocation. When someone challenges us, criticizes us, or tries to provoke us into a reaction, the temptation to respond immediately with words or actions can be overwhelming. However, responding in haste often leads to regret, as our emotions may dictate our actions rather than our wisdom. Silence in this context becomes a shield, a conscious decision to withhold a reaction until we are able to process the situation with clarity. By choosing silence in moments of provocation, we exercise control over our emotions, preventing them from ruling our actions and keeping us in a position of strength. In silence, we gain the power to decide how we will respond, whether we will engage or disengage, and how we will maintain our integrity in the face of negativity. Silence is also a tool of discipline. It takes a great deal of inner strength to remain silent when everything within us urges us to speak. It requires self-control to hold our tongue when we are tempted to defend ourselves, to explain ourselves, or to lash out at those who have wronged us. The ability to stay silent in these moments demonstrates a deep level of self-mastery, the kind of strength that does not need to prove itself to others. Like, true strength is not about exerting control over others or trying to impose our will upon the world. It is about knowing when to speak and when to remain silent, trusting that silence will serve us more powerfully than words ever could. The practice of silence allows us to cultivate patience, humility, and resilience, all qualities that contribute to a more grounded and balanced life. Another dimension of silence as strength is its role in cultivating presence. In our fast-paced, multitasking world, it is easy to become disconnected from the present moment. We are constantly rushing from one task to another, consumed by the need to accomplish, achieve, and perform. This frenetic pace of life can leave us feeling scattered and disconnected from our true selves. Silence, however, invites us to slow down, to stop, and to simply be. In the stillness, we find a sense of presence that brings us back to the here and now. In silence, we are able to experience life as it unfolds, to appreciate the beauty and the lessons in each moment, and to reconnect with the core of who we are. It is in the moments of silence that we can hear the whispers of our intuition, recognize our true needs, and align ourselves with our deeper purpose. Silence is also a source of inner strength because it provides a sanctuary from the noise and chaos of the world. It is a space where we can retreat and recharge away from the constant demands and expectations of others. That in the silence we find peace, a refuge that allows us to regain our energy, to recalibrate our thoughts, and to restore our emotional balance. This retreat into silence is not an act of avoidance or weakness. Rather, it is an act of self-care and preservation. Just as we need physical rest to replenish our bodies, we need mental and emotional rest to recharge our minds and spirits. Silence provides the space for this restoration, enabling us to come back to the world stronger and more focused. The strength of silence is also evident in the way it impacts our relationships. In many interactions, words can be misinterpreted, emotions can cloud communication, and misunderstandings can arise. Silence, on the other hand, allows for space and clarity in communication. By choosing silence over unnecessary words, we give ourselves and others the opportunity to reflect, to listen, and to understand. Silence encourages deeper listening, the kind of listening that goes beyond hearing words and truly grasps the feelings, intentions, and needs behind them. In relationships, silence can be a sign of respect, a way of honoring the other person's space and experience. It can also be a way of preserving harmony, allowing tensions to subside before engaging in difficult conversations. In this way, silence nurtures healthier, more compassionate relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Silence is a potent force because it is not an absence, but an active presence. It is not about withdrawing from life or avoiding challenges. It is about choosing to engage with the world in a more intentional, thoughtful, and conscious way. Silence gives us the strength to pause before reacting, the strength to choose our words wisely, and the strength to maintain our integrity in the face of conflict. It empowers us to preserve our energy, to protect our emotional well-being, and to remain aligned with our true purpose, even when the world around us seems chaotic. In a world that is increasingly loud and fast-paced, silence becomes a revolutionary act, one that demands respect and fosters clarity. The power of silence lies in its ability to restore balance to our minds, hearts, and lives. It is a tool for emotional regulation, a practice of self-discipline, and a form of wisdom that allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and poise. Because when we learn to embrace silence, we tap into an inner strength that is more resilient than any external force. Silence allows us to retreat into ourselves and emerge stronger, more focused, and more aligned with our highest potential. It is through the power of silence that we can cultivate true inner peace and strength, and through this strength, we are able to face the world with unwavering confidence and clarity.